Okay, we're going to handle medical misinformation this woman keeps spouting on Friday. Hopefully Friday. Hopefully I have a voice Friday. One thing I do want to make clear, and I will show you where it says it, but when you take progesterone, one of the side effects clusters is mood swings, anxiety, anger outbursts, essentially menopausal symptoms, hot flashes, redness, flushing. What goes along with the mood swings, anxiety, anger is that it has been found that if you have underlying psychiatric neurotransmitter disorders that possibly have not been discovered yet, are not under treatment, it will not only bring them out, it will worsen them. So you become an emotional wreck, just like menopause. You become a crying, and then you're angry, and everybody avoids you. But it also brings out untreated, underlying chemical imbalance disorders. And I'm seeing this woman, in my humble opinion, as a lowly medic, I see this woman this week being worse since taking it. I just notice a difference. And I think it's because I try not to watch her. I don't read anything about her. I don't watch the orbiters. Nothing against them. I just don't have time. But YouTube has been recently making a lot of changes. Now, Girl World and the food community, they're probably, and the weight loss community, they're probably the ones that see the most of it. Look at Amber Lynn. Amber Lynn's gone. That's her channel now. A channel that has 257,000 subscribers. 13 years of live streams and vlogging. Weight loss, weight gain, breakups, engagements, birthdays, pets, vacations, shopping, dieting. Gone. Gone. And why? This one wants to come to YouTube. Well, guess what? There were changes set in motion in 2023, and nobody really paid attention to them. Now YouTube is manually reviewing. And do you know if you brigade, which there is proof of and I have screenshots of, if you tell your supporters to go report channels to defend you, you will lose your channel and be banned. TikTok is actually more friendly in many ways. And TikTok really doesn't give a shit as long as they get their money. YouTube has also decreased the RPM, and people aren't getting paid as much. Do you know that Amber Lynn cleared 6 figures every year for 13 years and never saved a dime? She would tell us that she was saving money. I have a savings account. She didn't even have pet insurance. She tried to blame her past. I was a foster kid. My parents were in prison. My siblings were bullied. I was bullied. I overate. I had a horrible childhood. She blamed all of that for never learning to save a dime. Over $1 million, never saved a dime. In fact, her dog is having surgery on Friday, and she had to borrow the money. And it's not a lot of money. It's a lumpectomy on a chihuahua. It's not going to be expensive, but she had to borrow it. Not only that, private messages came out exposing her for actually being the bully, for being cruel to her partners, being cruel to her friends. That's why she has no friends. I see a lot of similarities between Amber and Gabby. Do you know why celebrities hire and call paparazzi? Why they have publicists? Because counterthought and drama keeps you relevant. When Tofia got her Reddit pages taken down last month, guess who became irrelevant? Tofia who? Nobody gives a shit because nobody can talk. When you take away comments, when you take away your chat, when you take away the voice of people who think differently than you, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Publicists spin drama. If you're new around here, part of my family was in the arts, performing arts. They were in film, they were in literary, they were in music. And if there's one thing I learned growing up with celebrities, publicists can work magic. I have seen them create family members, complete families, complete backstories. I've seen them kill people off. I've seen them make spouses disappear on paper. They can spin stories beyond your imagination. I'm not joking. There's a reason why Kim Kardashian calls TMZ before she leaves a store or before she leaves the house and gives them her itinerary. So when you quiet the opposition, you're actually harming yourself. People who are sharp know this. They also know that social media is not a job and you should not rely upon it. It's fickle. It's here one minute, it's gone tomorrow. Any job based on a trend, don't rely on it. That's why you can't put TikTok, you can't put YouTube down for employment. People will overlook it. They'll say, thank you, we'll go watch your channel to see if you're problematic. Gabby's not smart. Tofia's not smart. Why do you think Shani doesn't take out the opposition? Because Shani's smarter. Shani knows. She has a bit of business acumen. For as stupid as she is in some things, she's smarter than your average bear in others. And when it comes to self-promotion and drama and spinning stories, Shani's a pro. She knows if she takes out BGTV, drunken peasants, any of her opposition, nobody will talk about her. And then she won't get views. You know, Gabby's board she has with all the opposition names. Do you know what that did? That made people seek them out. There were channels I had never heard of. I was writing them down as fast as I could. Calling out attention to the opposition fuels the opposition. I would have never known half of those people existed. I wanted to see who they were and what they were making videos about. So thanks, Gabby. Thanks for shooting yourself in the foot. This is how me and We Are All Vultures and countless other people ended up on a Tumblr in Girl World, on mouse pads and posters, because there was a list of people who simply wrote comments. I wrote a 5-word comment. And all it said was, I don't see the problem. And We Are All Vultures put a smiley face underneath my comment. And we ended up on a Tumblr. I was number 13. I don't know if I still am. It was someone I had supported. It was someone I enjoyed listening to. And suddenly I was a quote-unquote hater because I just said I didn't understand what the problem was. That's how you kill an audience. That's how you kill support. That's how you make yourself irrelevant. So keep it up, Gabby. Keep up the hater speech. Keep up this crying about being bullied. Come on over to YouTube. Keep making those statements. You just made another one last night. I'm going to go to bed, but you guys watch everybody. If you see anything, start reporting their channel. It's right there in the black and white in the transcript. She's now trying to use the Barb defense. Oh, they're editing my videos and making it look like I said something. That's why I don't edit. That's why I show you every fucked up transition between videos. I know how to edit. If you've seen my other channel, you know I know how to edit. But I never wanted someone to come back and say I altered it. So I show everything. I may cut pieces out because it's dead air or empty words. But I always link back to the original and you can find it. Heck, on PJs, I'll give you the timestamp. Nobody's editing your words, Gabby. Nobody's making fun of a disability. You are a lazy speaker. You mispronounce words. And you don't care about bettering yourself. So what you do is you come off sounding uneducated and ignorant. Your sister has tried to better herself. Yes, she falters, but I still have hope for her. You need to slow down your speaking. You need to get your diploma. Get a GED. It would make you feel better about yourself. Because so far, your only accomplishment is pushing a child out. And you like to say you don't lie? Everything you say isn't true. Seriously. 1,000 people can't be wrong. When the voices of reason and truth are your enemy, it's time to get help. You have no real friends. You have your family. And they just cater to you and enable you because they don't want to hear a tantrum. You do cruel things to your sister. I want to know what you did at camp to get your family to leave a congregation they taught Sunday school in. What did you do? You talk about being bullied all your life. You, when you tell stories, you were the bully. In the old clips, when you're 20 years old with your sister, you can tell from your personality. Talking over her. The nonstop talking. The attention seeking. Why? Because she could play an instrument and you couldn't? Because her voice is better? She was prettier? Danny's got more accomplishments. And that book is trash. It's filled with errors and you can't pronounce half the words in it. You don't know the meaning of words. You didn't even know what a croissant was. I would hate to be that ignorant of words. Words are how people judge you, how you come across to people. Somebody with a 30-word vocabulary going for a job versus somebody who has a 1,000-word vocabulary and graduated from high school. Who do you think is going to get the job? Don't you want your son to be proud of you? No, my mom didn't graduate high school. No, my mom says words wrong. When he asks you to help with algebra, what are you going to do? Ask TikTok? How can somebody not want to better themselves? I just don't understand it. It floors me. So maybe you should tune in to the TED Talk on Friday. I asked you to last time. And that was a simple physiology anatomy lesson. This time we're going to do hormones. Here's one thing I'll give you now, Gabby. The other night you said you watched a YouTube video on fertilization and conception. And it was mind-blowing to you. It was so mind-blowing. And you said how the sperm were going up the fallopian tube and fertilizing the egg. Do you understand that's an ectopic pregnancy and that can kill you? Do you think that eggs are fertilized in the ovaries and the tubes and then it drops down into your uterus? And last night, I'm washing the dishes listening to you babble on about your reproductive organs as Hubs is sitting playing Diablo and you kept talking about your cervix being open, close, open, close. And I said to him, I think she thinks it's a trap door. Do you even understand what a cervix does? Did Mimi not teach you sex ed? Because who did you learn it from, or did you ever learn it? Even if you went to a women's health center, they'd give you a mirror and have you identify parts with them to learn how somebody can be 33 going on 34 and not know their organs and function. Just blows me away. So, Friday, we're going to do a TED Talk, Gabby, and I hope you watch it. Watch it later. Watch it alone. Watch it with Aaron. I don't give a shit. You need to learn about your body. That's it. Oh, Heather Gillespie is live. So I'm going to do that. There's a lot that reminds me of you in Heather. You might want to check her out.